What? Bang!
Pro Wrestling Podcast. Just when they think they got the answers, I change the question.
Rep, screw, rep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Who are you to doubt El Dan? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Did he do it?
Too hot to handle and too cold to hold. And I am the Macho King Savage.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. I said WWE stands for...
It's me, Austin.
I will never retire.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, yo, Pro Wrestling Podcast listeners, welcome to the show where we don't sing it, we bring it. Help us out and click subscribe to show your support. Hey, look, are you sick and tired of dropping so much money every single year on the latest and greatest wrestling game? Stop immediately. Go to Wrestler Unstoppable, available totally free right now. All you got to do is go to app.wrestlerunstoppable.com, sign up today, and I'm telling you right now, you could do everything there is to do in the world of professional wrestling. Create a wrestler, sign contracts, get into storylines, headline PLEs, even build your own corporation from the ground up, from the championships to the divisions to the number of people who could be in a multi-person tag team match, all included, totally free. Again, app.wrestlerunstoppable.com. If you want to become a member of the Pro Wrestling Podcast family, want your name in the shout-outs like my good buddy John down in Texas, love giving you that shout-out, John, then you got to pop over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Pro Wrestling Podcast. Sign up today. We do have a loyalty rewards program. There's only a few days left in July, and if you sign up now, any $10 a month subscriber gets to co-host a show with myself, and a $5 a month contribution will get you entered into a drawing to also host with me. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Pro Wrestling Podcast. If you've got questions, comments, something you want us to touch on in the future episode, you gotta let me know by calling into the Pro Wrestling Sound Off line 267-642-1160. We will get to those questions, comments, or concerns in a future episode. While you're at it, look, if you're on YouTube, make sure you click the bell so it lets you know every time we put a new episode up. And please check out every streaming platform known to man. We're on pretty much all of them. And when you're there, make sure you do the actual subscription. And if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a comment if you have something you want to contribute, because those things all help the logarithm and help us so we keep pumping our content out to you so you can find out all there is to know about the Pro Wrestling Podcast as we cover the ins and outs and happenings in the world of professional wrestling. We are talking tonight AEW Redemption. Interesting card, very long card, but it was one of those things where it's almost so much good stuff that it's hard to get up for every match. Let's start the show off. They had a Trios Tag Team Championship match, the Conglomeration defeating Lethal Twist, and look, this whole buy-in free show on YouTube type of thing, I love the concept. I actually love that Tony Khan calls it the buy-in, because it really is trying to get you to spend the $50 on the pay-per-view. And I will tell you, their pay-per-views, for as many matches they put on them and as late as they go every time they have one, they're worth the $50. The buy-ins are nice. Not always a lot of consequential stuff happening on the buy-in, but sometimes there is. This was a solid match. Nothing to write home to mom about, but it was definitely a solid match. The Conglomeration retaining the championship. And how far have some people fallen that when you see the fact that Orange Cassidy, who only a few years ago was hanging with Chris Jericho in the Mimosa match and things like that, and challenging for world championships and TBS championships, he's in this trios thing, and I'm fine with him being in there, but he's just not a featured talent right now, really. He used to feel unbeatable, and now he's just a mid-carder. Just another one of the mid-card. Probably an upper mid-card, but he's just a mid-carder. So I would really love to see him get back to some prominence. From there, we go into the AEW International Number One Contenders ladder match. And look, the competitors were stacked. Now, there's a story coming out that Tony Khan had originally planned for Mystico potentially to be in this match. But Mystico got injured maybe kayfabe, maybe for real. His nemesis down in Mexico, Averno, apparently attacked him with his group and laid him out, and apparently they're claiming that he's injured, and that's why he couldn't appear. So instead, we get Jack Perry, Beast Mortos, Commander, El Clan, Nick Wayne, and the eventual winner, Speedball Mike Bailey, competing in this ladder match. And look, the high spots were high. There were no low spots in this match. This was solid action, start to finish. Beast Mortos looked amazing in this match. Nick Wayne hit some really cool stuff in this match. But I think everybody in attendance was wanting to see Speedball Mike Bailey win. He's more of like the hometown guy. He's, been kind of pushed down ever since Kevin Knight started ascending. This was perfect. Kevin Knight, I wish he was the international champion as opposed to the TBS champion, because this would have been a great way to get those two back in the ring. I feel like they rushed their feud. Instead, Speedball Mike Bailey wins. He will be challenging whoever the AEW international champion is after the rest of the show. From there, shocking to me that they would go into the Young Bucks versus Moxley and Will Ospreay so early in the show. And keep in mind, we had a phenomenal ladder match to start the show. The Young Bucks, Mox, and Ospreay, you already know that was going to be killer, and it was. Interesting ending to the match where Ospreay and Mox are having some issues over the nefarious, miscreant behavior in their tag team match, where Ospreay didn't want to be the heel. He didn't want to do the heinous things, and it ends up costing them the match. The Young Bucks end up taking him out. They start super kicking Mox, and they get the pin on Mox. The Young Bucks win, and it's clear that they're right away, early in the show, they're putting that dissension out there between Mox and Ospreay that I'm sure will come into play later. Then we go to the AEW International Championship match. Kyle Fletcher taking on Bandito, defending the championship against Bandito, the current Ring of Honor champion, which is always weird to me that you have a champion taking on another champion, but both belts aren't on the line, but whatever. Fletcher ends up winning the match. He did not want the Don Callis family out there. And that kid, we've said it a million times, he is the future of this business, at least in the AEW perspective of things. Phenomenal match. I mean, we had 3 bangers back to back to back. Kyle Fletcher retains, still the international champion, which means he will face Speedball Mike Bailey for AEW International Championship. I believe they're doing that this week on Dynamite. I could be wrong, but I believe. Should be incredible. From there, you've had 3 that kept you up, the crowd going crazy. And then this match, the crowd comes down a bit, and I don't think it's an indictment on the talent. I think they were just blown up. It was almost like the Ultimate Warrior, the first 3 matches rushing to the ring, and after everything's done, you just need to catch your breath. And here are the Dogs with David Finlay and Clark Connors taking on the Bang Bang Gang, Jay White and Juice Robinson. It is a double chain match, and this is good stuff. It's a solid, hard-hitting match. They do tons of things back and forth. The action never stops. I would have liked to see Jay White get a win since he's coming back from injury, but in the end, the overall quality of the match was phenomenal. However, like the crowd in attendance live, you're just so down because you've been blown up for like 3 straight matches. So what are you supposed to do? In the end, the Dogs win. They win the double chain match. And then we get into the craziest, in my opinion, the most unpredictable result of the evening. After just winning the AEW TBS Championship, Hirooki Shida is defending against Maya World, and Maya World becomes the new champion, defeating Shida in what I consider to be a complete shocker. Typically, especially in AEW, you hold a championship for more than a week or two, This is almost on Sami Zayn level of ridiculous. But at the end of the day, I guess she had a little bit longer, but at the end of the day, Maya World takes the TBS championship. Good for her. First major championship in AEW. She's been killing in Ring of Honor. She's been touring the indies for several years. I believe she went through Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, winning championship gold there. So, this is great to see her getting better exposure. And after the reaction she got in the Owen Hart tournament, I'm not surprised whatsoever. From there, Cage and Cope defending the World Tag Team Championship against the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. This had all the opportunity to be phenomenal, and instead, I was actually disappointed in this match for one basic reason. And I think it's a natural thing. Claudio and Pac are so incredible. And Cage and Cope, for all they've been for all these years, they're past their prime. I hate to say that because I was an Edge fan more than I could possibly describe to you. But at the end of the day, they were clearly outclassed in this match. They were not at the same pacing. They weren't hanging like they used to. And I actually would not have been surprised if Claudio and Pac took the championship in any other reality. But in this one, I think going in, we all knew Cage and Cope had to win this, because after they retained the championship, where Christian Cage throws, I believe it was Pac into a spear from Adam Copeland, and they get the win, the Young Bucks come out. And there's not words exchanged. They come out to congratulate him, and you look up at the Tron, and you see the graphic played that it will be the Young Bucks versus Cage and Cope for the World Tag Team Championship at All In. I cannot wait to see that. That is a dream match. These are the kinds of matches that are the fuel for why Adam Copeland wanted to come back and do this, to go against teams he had never been in the ring with and make some of these dream matches happen. From there, we get to the lowest point of the evening. And I hate saying that because I love the guy on a personal level. I've met the guy. He's an incredible guy. But he really is past his prime at this point. And his gimmick, it's killing me. I'm sorry. He probably thinks it's interesting. That or he's just trolling the world and giving us a hard time for giving him a hard time. But Chris Jericho as the Painmaker taking on Tommaso Ciampa in a no-holds-barred match. It was insane. They used a glass spot for whatever reason, barbed wire, all that kind of stuff. And Chris Jericho takes a drill and drills Tommaso Ciampa at the end of the match. I don't even know that makes sense. To me, that's attempted homicide. That puts you in jail. So you have to make your matches something that you could suspend your disbelief. And I couldn't with this. You can't drill into somebody. That's a heinous act. But Chris Jericho picking up the win, I don't know that he needed it. Would have probably been better to put Ciampa over and let him win the feud. I'm not sure where Jericho goes from here. I really don't know. From there, Andrade El Idolo taking on Mark Davis, the current national heavyweight champion. And at the end of this match, again, a fantastic match. Mark Davis does not get enough credit for how incredible he is in the ring. Mark Davis ends up putting on an absolute show, but unfortunately is not able to overcome Andrade, who defeats Mark Davis to become the new national champion. And again, almost like a How the Mighty Have Fallen situation. 2 weeks ago, Andrade was in the World Championship conversation. Now he's the national champion. Unless Tony Khan comes out with some kind of trade in the national title for a shot at the world title type of stipulation, this feels like you moved him down the card. You took away some of his relevancy. I think a lot of people were waiting to watch him and MJF get in the ring, and they probably still are. But I wanted that to be for the World Championship, and it never happened. Now he's a national champion. I'm sure MJF will come back. He'll face Andrade at All In for the national title. It gets, MJF on the card, gets Andrade against MJF, and you don't have to mess with your world title program. I'm not loving it. That's just my opinion. From there, the person who I think has not gotten the right opportunity to showcase herself as the AEW Women's World Champion, Tekla, defends her championship against Willow Nightingale. I think Willow's incredible. I do. She's a phenomenal talent. She probably will be an AEW lifer, but I really wanted Tekla to keep this championship significantly longer. Mercedes Moné was hanging out in the rafters watching, and if you think about it, Willow Nightingale defeating Tekla and winning and becoming the new AEW World Champion makes a lot of sense when you think of a booking standpoint, because she was originally supposed to be in the tournament. But she had to relinquish her TBS championship and leave the tournament, making room for Mercedes to join the tournament because of an injury. Now, she wins the World Championship. Mercedes and she will mix it up at All In. It ties back to the last time they got in the ring together. It makes a lot of sense. I just feel bad for Tekla because everything she's done, I think she's as unique as they come. A real throwback to a Luna Vachon era wrestler in the female division. And I just would have loved for her to get a little bit longer reign as AEW Women's Champion. And I hope they don't sleep on her and they get her back into that picture very shortly. But for now, Willow Nightingale, the new Women's World Champion. From there, for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, Kenny Omega versus Kevin Knight. I don't think anybody expected Kevin Knight to win. When you think about the intangibles and the movesets and everything these two guys are capable of, you knew it was going to be a phenomenal match, and it was. The thing that it's missing is that aura of, oh my gosh, Kevin Knight could actually win. Nobody in their right mind thought Kevin Knight could win. So this is a filler match. Great, you gave us a phenomenal wrestling match. We knew who the winner was going to be the entire time. Kenny Omega picks up the win. There's Death Riders attacking him after the match. And this interlude goes on for a good 7 to 10 minutes. The Death Riders are out there. They're attacking. It brings out Will Ospreay. Wheeler Yuta does an interesting part there where he kind of like pulls Ospreay away from, they were setting up Kenny Omega to give him like the, and I hate that people have coined that phrase, Pillmanize him. They're going to put his head in the chair and like stomp on the chair to break his neck. In the end, Ospreay ends up, fighting that off, getting the chair off of his neck. And then Moxley enters the ring and he talks him into giving over the chair. When he does this, you're kind of conflicted. You're not sure where it's going. And then all of a sudden he hands him a plastic bag, likening it all the way back to the Daniel Bryan stuff. And he wants him to use the plastic bag. Instead of doing so, Will Ospreay tears the bag to shreds and attacks Jon Moxley, knocks him out of the ring, picks up the championship belt, and hands it to Kenny Omega. I apologize, because at one point the Young Bucks came out as well. They were subdued by the Death Riders. So the Bucks are out there, Kenny's out there, they're all three knocked down. Ospreay cleans house, picks up the championship, hands it to Omega, and then they're celebrating. And as they're celebrating, Kenny Omega, while he has Ospreay up on one of the turnbuckles, goes over and puts him in a one-winged angel. And then there's a pose. Now, two things here. One, the pose. I believe it was Matt Jackson. He looked uncomfortable in the entire thing, and I think it was character acting. He wanted us to feel like, why are we posing? You're supposed to be the good guy, and this is a more heelish tactic. And now people are all wondering, did Kenny Omega turn heel? I don't think he turned heel. I think he was just sending a message to Will Ospreay. But the thing I really want to point out, and there's some backlash about this today online, is that the spot where he pulls him off the turnbuckle, the mannerisms and everything, people are saying is the exact same as when he was in New Japan Pro Wrestling and they were kicking AJ Styles out of the Bullet Club. And if you go back, somebody put up the meme of side by side, one over the other, in like a YouTube short. They really are identical. Even the way he spins out of the move, everything. They absolutely copied something that was done in New Japan. Now, is that a problem for some people? No, not really. Some people, it's a huge issue. Like Tony Khan talks about being so inventive and creative. Why are you doing that? I don't know. Just a little weird for me. All in all, fantastic show. Loved everything about it. I hope you guys did too. Before we go, a couple other things. One, during the media scrum, there is another AEW video game on the horizon at some point, but it's not something they're going to rush. Tony Khan talked about having another AEW video game, but they didn't want to make snap decisions and rush judgment and things like that. They've had some mobile games, things like that. They want to look at other media, but at some point down the line, they'll probably do another game. Sheamus in the news again. He broke his silence, was very thankful, respectful of WWE and all his time there, even about not winning the Intercontinental Championship. What I thought the most interesting thing coming out of his conversation was how much he really wanted to get in the ring with Ilya Dragunov at least once, and he never got that opportunity, which is really a shame. And then the last thing for tonight that really hits hard. For those who know me on the personal level, if you're tuning into the show, you know that I just recently lost someone to ALS, a friend of mine from high school. Great guy, incredible human being. He and his wife were just wonderful people, and he unfortunately lost his battle to ALS in early June. And that's why the story of Rebel Heart, Tania Brooks, hits so hard. She was diagnosed in March of 2026 with ALS. She's an AEW star, and they have announced that they're going to have a Rebel Heart Dynamite, a special show for her and the benefit of ALS research. They're going to be offering fans a limited edition Rebel trading card issued by Upper Deck, a card sheet. On the proceeds are going to go to the I Am ALS Foundation. It's going to be held at the Akins Ford Arena, which is where the University of Georgia, who has a regenerative bioscience center located on campus. It's where they use for their arena shows. Very exciting stuff. Great tie-in. AEW right now selling shirts and bracelets with all the proceeds going to I Am ALS or to the Team Gleason. If you can, please support the ALS research out there. It is just a horrific, sad thing to see. One of those things that we really need to find a cure for. If you haven't seen online, check out the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge videos that have come back. They're back in season because of all the effort that Rebel's putting in to bring awareness. Britt Baker has done it. Sting, Dustin Rhodes, his was one of the more hilarious ones. Now, all these wrestlers. Jay Lethal had a whole bunch of wrestlers outside AEW's TV taping. Check them out online. Do the Ice Bucket Challenge yourself. Nominate as many people as you can. Donate money wherever you can. IMALS. Just try to do anything you can. This is something that you would think in 2026, with all the wealth of knowledge we have, that we could somehow, someday soon, hopefully, find a cure. With that said, that's all the time we have for this episode. Check back with us next episode. We run down the latest wrestling news and rumors. Special thanks, as always, goes out to Suno for creating the music and sound effects I use in my show. If you want to bring a new friend to family game night, it's really easy. Pick up a copy of Sketchy People. You get to showcase your artistic side in this game from Beezle Games by going to thegamecrafter.com and grabbing a copy today. If you're looking for your next career move, maybe you're considering college, university life, maybe you just need some formal training for your next career decision, go to our website at frolifeplanning.com for all your higher education needs, as Fro Life educational planning is for today, for tomorrow, and for life with Fro Life. I'm Fred Froelich, better known as Dr. Fro. I want to thank you for taking some time with us today. Until next time, take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Crossing the